Hi. Welcome to my Raw review. Now, of course, a lot of things happened on Monday and we've missed a few days, of course, but listen, that shouldn't matter. What matters is that HighCrowl is here to give us a little review on what happened on Monday. I'm going to do it in a very, somewhat professional level, but I am not entirely sure what will happen here. So let's just go ahead and get started with the fantastic little review. The fantastic little review that we've got on our hands for Monday Night Raw. Let's get to it. Kicking things off, we had the Jey Uso segment. He came out, he yeeted all over the place. Pat McAfee loved it. Michael Cole loved it. Everyone in the audience was indeed loving the yeets. However, there was one small thing that came abruptly, and that was Paul Heyman. He did it, of course, run it back a couple of times, but, that's standard for Jey Uso. He loves running back the yeets, as it were, in the Monday Night Raw segments. But, I'm not a personal fan of it, but we'll move on from there, right? So Paul Heyman came out looking like a prime Hulk Hogan hot dog looking and he came out to disrupt Jey Uso and tell him what a nasty little piece of work he truly was. We all thought Paul Heyman was going to do something maybe suspicious or something that, would maybe tear the house down, maybe bring out Seth Rollins. But no, he came out to discuss with Jey Uso what he thinks about him after leaving the bloodline. Jey Uso, of course, being an OG, Paul Heyman being an OG. They disagreed on a couple of things, and it was not the right case for Monday Night Raw to begin with. And then we had the Paul Heyman crash out, and that was absolutely fantastic. There was nothing I would love to see more than a Paul Heyman crash out every single Monday night, but of course, we had it for a one night only, and to be honest, kind of worked out. I think they did a very good job of making the Paul Heyman crash out worth something in this business, because it's not worth a lot anymore. In terms of what I thought of the segment, it was an okay way to start off Raw. It was a good way to start off the next couple of weeks or months that we'll get of Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins versus Bron Breakerr versus Paul Heyman versus everyone that is involved in the, what's this group called? Evolution, maybe? No. You wouldn't call it that. That's too on the nose. Too tongue-in-cheek, some would say. Next up, we had the Bron Breakerr backstage segment with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, and they were discussing that Paul Heyman made Jey Uso take the beats in their segment. And of course, it did work out quite well. Now he has a title match for tonight's main event. And of course, Bron Breakerr, he looked a bit skeptical about that. Yeah, he thought, that Seth Rollins would maybe have him get an opportunity himself, but no, he is a bit jealous. To begin with, then Paul Heyman, being the wise man, of course, reels him back in and tells him that, hey, listen, this is what's best for business, as the great Paul Levesque would say. And of course, he is half right, and Bron Breakerr comes to accept it and gives us... Bron Breakerr, of course, accepts this. And of course, Bron Breakerr accepts this and gives us a cheeky wee smile to end the segment. But they're already planting those little seeds for what could be next for Bron Breakerr and Seth Rollins. There could be something way going on in the future that could potentially mean the end of the whole faction. It could potentially mean the end for the entire faction already. We've not even got to know this whole group as a whole, but they're already thinking about breaking them up. Which, fine by me. That's fine. Do whatever you like, but I would prefer to see Bron Breakerr a little bit more before, that happens. Because he's good in this group. He works in this group. He is the Batista of Evolution, or the Batista of this group, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure.